Up YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. We explain to you guys what's going on here. I got this piece over here that's gluing up. I put some 45-degree angles on here, okay? And there's also a rabbit on there. Okay, this whole piece goes in here. I got the notches cut out. This here, it goes there because I got a switch. I got an old 42 switch and the lantern hangs over. So I'm having something for the lantern to be on top of. I bought this miter box today with this Backsaw. This is Jorgensen's. Maybe like 30 years ago, we used to work with some Jorgensen clamps. They was all wood, good clamps. Okay, Jorgensen is fine woodworking right here, okay? This blade right here is sharp, man. I am glad that I bought this saw. Let me show you the pieces that I cut off. Let me give you the dimensions of this piece right here. This piece is 5 inches long. These boards is a 1/2 inch, so the inside dimensions is 4 inches. So I cut this board here at 5 inches, and I sliced it exactly down the middle. And as you can see, this is the cutoff. Look at that. You see the cutoff for that? That's 1, 2, 3. All of them is uniform. Okay, you see that? There's another one somewhere around here, okay? You got the cat up there. Another one is around here. But anyhow, this miter box is excellent, okay? And this saw blade is excellent. I was cutting out these pieces with the hacksaw, and I would cut it out on the table saw back and forth. I was doing some cross cutting on the table saw as well, okay? Was doing some cross cutting on the table saw. See, I got a miter box on top of the table saw over here, and when I'm doing a lot of pieces, I use a table saw. But if I'm doing a couple of pieces, this miter box is excellent, and it cuts square. Okay, I cut all these pieces out on this miter box, and they cut square. Okay, so I got those pieces inside of the square right there. Okay, and again, on these I-beams right here, there's a switch track here, a switch track here. So the lantern hangs off. So I got to put braces over here. I'm getting ready to chisel these out, a 1/2 inch. And these pieces go inside. I'm also going to put a piece coming across here. A piece goes up onto the bottom. Okay, I forgot about the piece up under the bottom. I might not put a piece up under the bottom, okay? Right, so I'm working on this piece right here, okay? And everything is going according to plans. I was at, I forgot what store I was at, Raymond Flanagan or something like that today. A couple of stores. And I seen this saw, this miter box. This Jorgensen. A lot of people don't know about this brand right here, but this blade is sharp. Oh, like I was saying, I was cutting some of these out with the hacksaw because I got brads in there. So, you know, I was cutting out with the hacksaw. I don't like using the table saw when I'm doing that. When there's a nail where I gotta go, I use the hacksaw, but I use this saw right here to do most of the cutting right here. This is my favorite saw right here. I already checked it out, okay? I already got the pieces as evidence. You understand how the saw cuts. Look at this piece here. You see that piece there? This piece is a 1/4 inch all the way down. And it's flush. I cut this on this miter box right here. Here's another piece right there, still in there, busted. That's the other piece. Look at that. You see that? And I almost went through a nail over there, just a thing there. But that's how that thing cuts. Look at that. And I'm not jiving around. I cut this board at 5 inches, okay? So you have to subtract, you understand, this inch and this inch from that. You're going to get 1/2 inch from that. You're going to get 4 inches here, from here to here. So when I cut this board to 5 inches, I split it right down the middle. Here's my proof. Here's my proof. Split it right down the middle. I might shave these triangles, okay? I split that board right down the middle, okay? This miter box is the truth, okay? I got it just in time between. These cuts right here, these miters, I use a table saw. I cut this out with a table saw, okay? These over here, I cut out with a table saw, or maybe the hacksaw, or whatever the case may be. But I put them in there. Okay, so I'm still working on this piece before I go to the next section. Okay, the next section ties in over here. I got all this. The next section is not actually is around the same as this. I got to do two angle cuts on there. Okay, all right. So actually, another angle cut comes in here to this rail right here. I got to do that there. So these projects takes a long time. So this guy's over here is curing. I got him inside the square right here. This guy is all squared up. He's curing inside the square. Actually, I could take the squares off, back the squares up, make sure there's no glue on there. Okay, got him locked in. Okay, see that? Got two squares on there. Guy's locked in. Okay, when I take the guy out, I don't have to put the square up there against it to make sure it's square because the guy was built inside of the square. Okay, and I tack these thing over here. Let me tell you something, right? This gun right here, oh man, this gun is the truth, man, right? This D-Wall, I would recommend this here, man, okay? This gun is the truth, okay? Once you learn how to line up this arrow right over here, oh man, you good to go with that. And this saw right here, good saw. All you need to build everything that I got down here, I'm saying something to you. Everything I built that I got down here, all you need is this table saw, so you rip those pieces down, cross cut them. This here this miter thing here, this D-wall, hammer, couple of squares, jigsaw, and you good. Okay, you can put this together. All right, so I'm over here working on this section right here. You understand of the layout. I got it over here on this bench. I built this bench like around 3-4 years ago. I had it in the closet and I pulled it out. Okay, it's nice and sturdy too. I got to put a 2x4 in the middle over here. It's too hollow when I tap down, but when I tap down, it's over here. I doubled up some 1/2 inch. See, I built this a simple table, but it's nice and sturdy. It's a good workbench. It's been in the closet for a long time. Okay, so I'm sitting over here waiting for this thing here to do. I got plenty of things I could do with this railroad. You know, this is a hobby, so I'm enjoying myself as I go. I'm not rushing because I'm altering plans, changing stuff around. All the boards is cut. The boards right there, those is cut for there. Those boards over there, that's cut. The rest of the boards for that ramp, I ain't make them up yet. They on the ground right there. I got those bricks on there to keep those boards nice and flat on the ground. See, I just took that whole section up. That section was right over here. I took that whole section up. I had it on top of there. I marked everything out where everything is supposed to be. And then I'm going to put it back. And then we're going to be doing this section. Those pieces is somewhere around here. Those pieces there for the next section. I'm going to do the next section. And then I'm going to do the next section right there. Okay, this is a 10-minute video of what's going on. These are the columns that go on there. Okay? Shop. This is what we got going on over here. I haven't been over here. I got to come back over here and visit this area over here and do some more work over here. Okay? Right now I'm working on this here and I like this saw right here. I really do. Okay? Getting ready to do some more cutting with this saw. I got to cut some pieces out here. I'm not going to use the table saw. I'm going to use this saw. This saw cuts the wood really quickly. Okay. You'll see this piece on there. Okay. And you'll see some more angles on this railroad. Jehovah's Witness.